Hey friends, thanks for making that right turn over here to Mallory's Cooking Corner. Hope I'm not interrupting one of those football games going on. I just got home from work and oh my goodness, that fried chicken that we did last night, absolutely delicious. So good, even so much better in the air fryer the next day. That is a must repeat recipe. So that inspired me to do one of my most favorite things, which is pimento cheese. Absolutely love it. They call it the pate of the South or the gourmet of the South. I use it when I'm doing like one of my redneck charcuterie boards. Absolutely love pimento. But about a month ago, when we're traveling, we always stop at Chick-fil-A. They have one of their fried chicken sandwiches with the pimento cheese and the hot honey. Amazing, so good. So I want to replicate that, and there's so many different variations that you can do with pimento cheese. So I'm going to do a pretty standard version here, but again, they call it the pate of the South. In fact, even at the Masters Golf, they actually sell pimento cheese sandwiches for like $1.50. So pimentos are like sweet, mild, red peppers. So good. It came around like, I think in the 20th century, like in tea rooms. I was just reading today when I was looking up, just comparing my recipe to others. So yeah, early 20th century and the ladies' tea room. So good, and so many different ways you can serve it. So let's get going. So first, I actually used our new mix and I always want to say mix and shout, but it is our mix and chop. You've been seeing me use this. So I just did the shredded cheddar cheese here. And so I'm just going to pour that in here. I have 4 cups. I am doing a double batch of this because honestly, pimento cheese is something that you're gonna wanna double, triple, even quadruple. It can really last a really long time. So good. So I'm just putting the 4 cups of the sharp cheddar cheese. Again, PSA announcement that I always give you, never ever buy pre-shredded cheese. It has that anti-caking powder on it, which is, if it says cellulose, that's essentially sawdust. We want pimento cheese to be nice and creamy. So grate your own, do it by yourself. That mix and chop that we just released makes it so much easier. I did this in probably, I don't know, like a minute 30. So we have the 2 cups of the shredded cheddar cheese in here, and then I have about a cup of mayo here. So I'm just gonna plop that in there. And truly, if you're making pimento cheese and you're doing it the traditional Southern route, there should only be 1 mayo that you're choosing, okay? And hopefully you know what it is. Put it in the comments if you know what it is. I'll show you in just a second. So you should only be using one mayo in particular, okay? So we put our mayo in there. I'm actually going to be adding a few different things here. So first, cream cheese. Some people do like sour cream, Greek yogurt. Again, lots of different variations. Because I'm doubling it, I'm doing 2 blocks of the cream cheese, or 8 ounces. So we'll put that in there. And then I got some jalapenos from my garden. This is one of my variations. So I just did 2 jalapenos. I like spicy, so that's what we're doing here. And then I'm gonna put some green onions. Some people will just use like a onion powder, but we're just gonna pop the green onions in there. It's gonna give it that nice pop of green color that'll contrast with the pimentos with the red. So we have a couple of different seasonings. Salt, putting about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper in there. And then when I'm done, because this is gonna be better tomorrow morning after it sets overnight, I'll do a taste test, sometimes adding salt, pepper more, whatever you prefer. And then a little garlic powder. So I'm doing about a teaspoon of that. I'm also doing a little cayenne, so about 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. It does seem like there is a lot of spices, and actually there is, but so good. A little bit of the onion powder. And then this is another variation, but I'm using a little bit of Worcestershire, maybe 3 or 4. I really think Worcestershire gives it like that, what is that ingredient, kind of a feeling to it. So good, so much depth with Worcestershire, whatever you want to say. All right, did anybody guess what the mayo was? If you're in the South, we're doing a Southern dish. We only use Duke's in this household, and it is my favorite. I am brand loyal. All right, so we have our mayo in there, and then you can get the pimentos. Again, the pimento is like a sweet, mild red pepper. They usually jar them in water. So these are both 4 ounces because I'm doubling it. I'm going to be doing 8 ounces. Popping it in here, and that is actually all of our ingredients. I will drop a recipe that I use, but again, I'm just this is what I've always been doing. Sometimes, oh, the other thing that I'll sometimes do is a little ground mustard. In fact, Clint's aunt actually will use ground mustard, and it's just so good. I just didn't have any, or I would have put that in here. So, all right, we are doing this in our stand mixer. This is our bad boy, released in 2023, and is a splurge item. But if you want to host with me, I can get this bad boy for you at 60% off this month. But oh my gosh, it can do so much. If you like YouTube Pampered Chef stand mixer versus the KitchenAid stand mixer, they have really thought of all the things that the KitchenAid doesn't do. There is really no guessing. I am not a baker. There is no guessing involved with this. It has 5 different presets from the whip, the cream, the mix, the beat, the knead, and then it even tells you what attachment you're going to put on. So I just have the paddle. I didn't show you the paddle, but it even has a built-in scraper to it. And I'm actually going to turn it down to the mix here, and it's going to go for 2 minutes 30 seconds. So the other great thing, actually, while I'm talking, I think you can probably hear me over this. We're just going to pop it on here. It's going to start off slow. And so that's especially useful when you're doing like your cookies or your cakes in the flour, that especially with the KitchenAid, it doesn't start off that way, so it can like fly flour up in the air. So then it's going to know when to start getting faster to get those ingredients all mixed together. So it's actually already just spelling absolutely amazing. I will show you here in just a moment. So yep, see, it's getting faster now. I don't know if you noticed that. But again, there are so many different twists and variations that you can do with this. You can add pecans, you can add different kinds of cheeses, but you always want to do that sharp cheddar, always grate it. And then from garlic to yogurt to bacon bits, it's getting faster. So that's the thing about this, is it's just so smart that it knows exactly what to do. It is scraping the edges. I'll bring you a little bit closer here, but so good. Chives, chipotle peppers. And then also, not just the ingredients, you can do your own ratio. If you want a little more creamy, do a little bit more of the Greek yogurt or the cream cheese. If you want more cheesy, just add more cheese. So that is our pimento. Let's see if I can show you there. Am I getting you into view? Look at that. So beautiful. It smells so good. I absolutely love it. We're gonna stop it a little early because that looks amazing to me. So let me see if I can lift it up here. Look at that. So good, so creamy. Let's put you back on here, and then I'll do a taste test live, and that's the other thing about the pimento cheese. It's like, okay, traditionally you're gonna eat it with crackers. You're just gonna put it in between bread when you're out at the Masters for $1.50. But so good on burgers. It's going to be wonderful on that chicken I made yesterday, chicken sandwich, hot honey over top. Also stuffing it with jalapeno poppers. I've also seen where people do like sausage with the pickles, and they kind of do like a little sandwich. BLT, my favorite, fried green tomatoes with pimento cheese. So we're going to dip it in here and to show you the consistency. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Look at that. That's exactly what I'm going for. So good. That cream cheese just gives it a little bit of tang. I do taste that depthness of the Worcestershire with a little bit of the cayenne and the jalapeno. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to taste even better tomorrow morning. All right, reach out if you have any questions. Get this bad boy 60% off this month. It's a splurge item, but oh so worth it. Talk to y'all soon. Bye now.